All right, everyone. I'll make this quick. So I'm James Hare again, and I just had this idea for a talk I want to give because I have some ideas that recently came to me. Seeing some issues going on in some projects I'm involved in, but also seeing progress in other areas. And so I thought, let's just take a few minutes to discuss CreateWiki. And so we've discussed Wiki Farm at length today, so I don't really have to redefine it. But the basic idea is that you have one MediaWiki setup, and you have multiple wikis within that MediaWiki server. And although a wiki farm and a wiki host are not necessarily the same thing, some wiki farms are, or rather some wiki hosts implement wiki hosting through wiki farms. If someone wants a new wiki, you just create it on the farm. And CreateWiki. So if you have a wiki farm, but you want self-service, you want users to be able to create their own wikis, generally, wiki hosting services, namely MediaWiki and CreateWiki, they can generally, or they can at least request it. In the way they facilitate this is by an extension called CreateWiki, or really I should say two separate extensions, both named CreateWiki. One deployed on CreateWiki, which is not working, and another deployed on MediaWiki, which is working. And the basic difference, so CreateWiki and MediaWiki are similar-ish. CreateWiki is more of an ad-based business model. MediaWiki is more of a nonprofit business model, as Brett discussed earlier today. But with CreateWiki, it was written, several years back, and as time goes on, MediaWiki is a shifting target. CreateWiki hasn't necessarily kept up. So on CreateWiki, CreateWiki was just straight up disabled because it caused a catastrophic database corruption incident where basically it made assumptions about what database it was writing to. And as of 1.34, those assumptions no longer applied. So it continued writing to the database thinking it was setting up a new wiki when really it was changing a different wiki, which is bad, very bad. So they just cut it all off. MediaWiki's CreateWiki is more of a request queue, and then someone with privileges goes and approves the requests. It's still working for now, but the thing is, it's very fragile. It's going to require a lot of work. And next version upgrade of MediaWiki, it may break altogether. You don't know. And even though these are two separate extensions, the common theme is that MediaWiki changes and old code can't keep up. And this wonderful quote from CreateWiki's incident report from when they disabled CreateWiki, and a quote that I think succinks this issue and third-party MediaWiki in general. These kinds of issues are also the reason why major MediaWiki version upgrades are becoming more and more painful with every new release. If and when you don't have the Wikimedia Foundation's resources to throw at a problem, things suddenly get a lot more complicated. So yet, at the same time, I'm seeing signs of hope. And the signs of hope I'm seeing are from completely rethinking this problem, not creating a wiki by having a MediaWiki extension that creates other wikis within the wiki, which for some indescribable reason has always felt wrong to me. Sort of like doing server administration, sort of like having mission control on a space flight on the rocket ship itself. So I'm thinking, why don't we do something like what Canasta does or what WBStack does? So WBStack is similar. It's also a Docker-based deployment of MediaWiki. You push a button, it spawns a new Docker container. That's a Wikimedia Germany project, and they have a nice web interface. You want to create a new wiki, you literally just push the button and you fill out the form and it creates the wiki for you. It is marvelous. And Canasta, Jeffrey spoke on that earlier today, just command line set up a new wiki farm. I'm just thinking, we have this bit-rotting CreateWiki extension, and we have this sort of next generation approach to managing multi-wiki deployments. So what could a transition from this CreateWiki model to the next generation look like? That's it. Jeffrey.
I want to add a +1. This is a really good insight. I really love your comparison to having mission control on board this spaceship. That's basically what it is. I had lots of disagreements with other folks in Europe on when they made their managed wiki configuration extension on their wiki. I'm like, well, what if you change the skin? Then your UI completely just is broken because you now have this, a managed wiki page that doesn't work on a new custom skin, things like that. And so at my wikis, we never ever had any of this on MediaWiki itself. We always had it on the side in its own, what do you call it? Just like its own servers. Whether it be Puppet or Ansible or Docker or some other orchestration method. It's always been separate and it's been working really well. So I wanted to add a +1 on your assertion and thesis here.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Any other questions? All right. Any questions from online? All right. Thank you.